Well, there has been some things stirring up over here, so I thought I'd bring you up to speed. What's been happening going forward for the fall and winter? I hope you've had a good summer, and we're in the last few weeks of it. All right, so maybe you've seen it already. It's been on Instagram, email, and so forth, and that is just last week. I launched a long time in coming desire to collaborate with my dear friend Luca, my Italian friend Luca in Cortona, beautiful Cortona, Tuscany, offering his day, tours in the beautiful Tuscan countryside, where you can take your friends, your family when you're traveling, and literally go to like about 3 wineries, have lunch, have tastings, take in that completely dreamy, right, Tuscan countryside, and add that to your itinerary while you're in, whether you're in Florence or you're in other parts of Tuscany. So I am elated that this has finally come to fruition. So yeah, that was launched. I believe it was Thursday. Yeah, and the link to go inquire about a tour is the link below. And verbally, it is marladiane.com/Tuscany Day Tours. Okay. All right. So if there's anything I have learned in the 27 years of being an entrepreneur, it's this, is that the evolution of your business must follow the evolution of who you are. Yeah. While, this is important, while you keep your eye on the road, right? Anticipate what's coming. It's a really fine art, don't you think? Right? Those of you that are entrepreneurs, is that you're always looking for your business, right, to be in alignment with who you are, because we evolve. That's who we are as humans. We evolve, and your business needs to change and create new things and, right, have a different presence and so forth, while you continue to look for what's ahead. Yeah. So Allie Brown, who is a world-renowned, incredible mentor for women business owners, who was my coach in the first 8 years of my coaching business, had probably one of the more profound effects, right, and impacts on my coaching career. And that is that she was always, always ahead of the curve. Incredible talent this woman has, and obviously intuition. So she anticipated what was coming. She kept evolving, changing her business model, changing her offerings, changing her market. Yep. So in 2016, right around the time I was in my 4th year of her Elevate program, which was phenomenal, she decided to evolve, and she walked away from I should say, she re-engineered, but she walked away from a $10 million business in order to honor her integrity of her intuition that said, no more. It's time to dismantle all of this and up level, so that she's living and operating more in her zone of genius, which is your highest form of creativity. She was craving it, right? She was craving it because she was stuck in that excellent zone, right? Burnout, which I'll get to in a minute. But she wanted to up level into being that leader to women leaders in the $7 to $8 million revenue space. Yeah. So her courage and her risk approach, right, to business has always been deeply inspiring. I still, to this day, follow her and listen to her podcast and so forth. So it was Allie, too, that introduced me to The Big Leap and The Zone of Genius back in 2016 when the book came out. She gave it to all of us in the program as a gift, and that changed everything for me. So much that not only did I change the way I operated, but I started to include it into my coaching content. And to this day, it's one of my, signature teachings. I love it for you entrepreneurs. All right. So following, Allie's guidance about every few years, I do reinvent, I rebrand, I change things up, right? And now's that time again, right? So here's what's happening. And I hope what I'm sharing with you sparks something in you, right? To take a look at where you've been, right? Where you're headed. And especially with the pandemic, coming on the other side of the pandemic, I think we're all going through this, right? Taking a look at, what is that new normal for us? So I hope this is inspiring for you. So I'm going to call this La Dolce Vita, right? The sweet life, and as my new theme. And, really, which brings me a ton of joy and lights me up. And the brand kind of name is an American girl with an Italian soul. Because those of you that know me, I love all things Italian, and it's always been a part of my brand, and now even more so. Yeah. So I'm announcing two, very exciting components to my current business. So I'm moving more focus into life design coaching, right? That includes my signature money relationship coaching. And of course, building a lifestyle, travel division, starting with the Tuscany day tours with Luca. It was time. What was happening is that my feminine, right, the feminine energy, the feminine intuition, all the feminine qualities, from creativity and fun and adventure and travel and creativity and emotion and, all of the feminine, right, is it was starting to really be allowed. My soul was going, come on, it's time to really step into that. And I've already been doing life coaching with the business coaching. It's my holistic approach to business coaching. I don't just coach structures and systems. I coach the person, right? So now it's stepping into life design, and I'm calling it this: life design for the modern evolving woman in her 40s to 70s. I love this, and I've got so much beautiful, elegant content to be coaching, and really the luxury of focusing on that. So I'm not doing away with the business coaching. I'm just dialing it down to make more room for the life design coaching. All right. So here's what has, led me to this, is that over the last 8 years, right, in coaching my women entrepreneurs, obviously in their business, and being on the front lines, being literally in the trenches with them, what was common across the board was all of them, right, were in the need to up-level their life, right? Not just their business. They wanted to be heard. They wanted to set better boundaries. They needed a solution to their burnout. I just finished with a client on, I think it was Thursday, and we literally moved from business